Hi, I'm Myrna Loy. I'm managing editor of Blackbright News, which is a periodical that comes out, say, every 6 months and sometimes once annually. You can find past issues at www.issue, that's issuu.com/Blackbright News. And the strapline for Blackbright News is that it educates, stimulates, and resonates. And you can find different themes and different stories and different information. Now, what I'm doing now is I'm doing videos of that I would have normally put into Blackbright News. So where I cannot publish it as frequently because it is a philanthropic magazine, i.e. it's not for profit, I don't make any money from it. Sometimes if I get some information, I use this medium to share it and let people know what's going on. Well, today I went to a business conference, and one of the police officers there is in charge of cybercrime. And he reckons that there's over £1 million of cybercrime. I don't know if that's a year or a month. But when he was talking about figures, and he said that if you report a crime, whether it's cybercrime, whether it's by PayPal, and it's less than £10,000, they don't even look at it. They said if you lose £40,000 by fraud, they may look at it. I mean, they only look at amounts of 250 or really large amounts. And so you can imagine if, these fraudsters, if they know this, they are going to cut you left, right and centre. So his argument is it's best to avoid it as much as possible. And one of the key things he spoke about was your passwords. Now, so many of us have passwords on all different devices. And in order to remember it, you tend to have the same password on 3 or 4 devices, on 3 or 4 accounts. And what they're saying is that it's a very, very bad thing to do, and it renders you vulnerable to fraudsters. So their suggestion is to use different passwords and make them complicated as possible. But when you do that, how do you remember it? That's what makes me think, like with the iPhone and the thumbprint or the fingerprint, it makes me think that that's not such a bad idea. I was a bit reluctant to use it at one point, but I think it's really the way to go, because trying to remember different passwords and trying to make them complicated is really, really hard. Now, I know some of us can feel as though we're being drawn into this web of intrigue and, people having a part of you with these smartphones and smart TVs and smart fridges. Did you know that in America they have fridges that can read the barcode when you put food into the fridge, and so when you use it, it actually sends an order to the shop so you can reorder it? Can you imagine that? And he was talking about all kinds of different devices. He was even talking about a toothbrush that can tell you when you've brushed your teeth properly. It also sends data to your dentist, so you don't even have to tell your dentist what's wrong with your teeth. This toothbrush does it for you. But what I'm trying to say is, with all of this information going around in cyberspace, you can imagine how vulnerable you are. Now, I'd like to think that I'm a smart woman. People do target people who use online services all the time, and your spending habits are tracked, so they can kind of tell when you what type of spender you are. And what's scary is that, you know, especially with emails, and you'll only respond to friends, for example. Now, they find a way of using email addresses that have your friend's name on it. And I'm a DJ. So if I have a link from, say, one of the musicians or the recording artists that says, hey, look at this link, I might think, oh, it's one of their tracks, and I might click on it. Fortunately, I don't do that. I write back to them and say, listen, put the title of the song, the track and the artist and the date it was recorded in the subject, and send it as an MP3. I'm not following any links. And that's how you have to be. And you can kind of tell when these so-called friendly emails that say, hi, check this out. A friend is not going to do that. A friend is going to put some kind of salutation. They're going to say, hi, Susan. Hi, John. Guess what? Johnny's grown up and he's got this and he's got that. And I'm doing this new project. I'm selling Avon, and I'd like to know if you'd like to order something from Avon. And then I'm putting the link in. So there'd be some kind of precursor to the link that will make you understand that, yes, this is from a friend or this is from an acquaintance. But these links that say, even though they are meant to be from friends, that say, oh, hi, blah, blah, blah. I fell victim to a scam once. It was an email, I thought, from somebody I knew that said that they were stranded in a hotel in so-and-so. It's not even a close friend of mine. I don't even know why. I tried to help that person out, but I did. They had my name. I knew the name of the person. I knew the person was a reputable person. And so I sent this money off by Western Union, which I thought was a decent organisation. But apparently they have people working in Western Union, or they have people who've opened up a shop that takes Western Union, and they took my money. But, you know, sometimes we say it can only happen to idiots, it can only happen to fools, but it's not. And I'm going to tell you in the next video why that's not the case, because I don't want this to go on too long. So part 2 is coming up.